Um, I read a very interesting story in a book called Sanatan Leela. By the way, Economic Times, now my book reviews have started coming in Economic Times regularly. You can check out yesterday's Economic Times, where I reviewed and recommended books of Oprah Winfrey, Lata Mangeshkar, Manisha Koirala's biography. She came out successfully from cancer. She's a cancer survivor. I got call from Manisha yesterday, and she was so happy. uh, so Sanatan Leela is a book written by Dinesh Sahara, who also wrote the book Sanatan Didi. He is a great fan of Lata Mangeshkar, and he writes many books. By the way, Dinesh Sahara was the owner of I think Ruchi Soya. So a very very big company, now sold off to Baba Ramdev. Very good friend of mine, a rich billionaire guy, but very spiritually awakened person. And I read a story in that book called Sanatan Leela. Uh, a man was getting ready for his office. Okay, he was tying his tie, wearing his blazer, and while he was looking into the mirror, his wife said, "अरे आप आपकी आंखें आज इतनी डल क्यों लग रही है? नींद ठीक से नहीं हुई है क्या? ठीक नहीं लग रहा है क्या? बीमार हो क्या? ऑफिस मत जाओ ना?" तो वो बोलता कि नहीं, मैं तो ठीक हूँ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. And he leaves the house in spite of his wife's insistence. On the way एक दोस्त मिलता है बस स्टॉप के इधर. ये अरे तू क्या हुआ, तेरी आंखों के नीचे एकदम ऐसा काला काला लग रहा है, तो बहुत थका हुआ लग रहा है, हुआ क्या, बीमार हो क्या, जाते हैं क्या डॉक्टर के पास, मैं लेके जाता हूँ. बोलते नहीं रे बाबा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, तुमको ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है, मेरी बीवी भी ऐसा बोली है, मैं तो मुझे तो ठीक लग रहा है. वापस रिसेप्शन ऑफिस जाता है, रिसेप्शनिस्ट, अरे सर, व्हाई डिड यू कम, यू आर लुकिंग वेरी वीक टुडे. ऐसा करके फिर इसका बॉस भी बोलता है कि तो फाइनली एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस इज आफ्टर लंच टाइम he actually starts getting fever, gets high temperature, feels weak. So he takes a half day leave, goes back home, and he actually falls sick for next 1 week. Now the most interesting part of the story starts here, that the wife who spoke, his friend who met him at the bus stop, the receptionist and the boss, they all were planted, and they were told to say these negative things to that man. It was an experiment to make him fall sick. He was a guinea pig. Of course, it was a least cost one could pay. He recovered later on. Don't worry about that. But this is the very interesting experiment done. And again, that shows the power of expectation effect. This is not placebo. This is the opposite of placebo, called nocebo. So nocebo is you expect something negative, you keep expecting, and it happens. A very good example given in the book was about the kangaroo bone, if you have read it in booklet. जो कोई ट्राइबल एरिया में साउथ अफ्रीका में, उनका जो मेन आदमी रहता है ट्राइब का, कम्युनिटी का, और कोई इंसान कुछ गलत काम करता है, तो कांगारू बोन से उसको एक श्राप देता था कि जा अभी तो 1 हफ्ते में मर जाएगा, ऐसा मैजिक, ब्लैक मैजिक करके. और वो एक्चुअली ऑल द मेन वुमेन जिनको वो श्राप मिलता था, वो 1 हफ्ते में मर जाते थे. हालांकि ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं उसमें, इट वाज सुपरस्टिशियस. बट देन दैट्स द पावर ऑफ नोसिबो. Yeah, the tribe was made to believe that guru had some magical powers, the head of the community, and if he says you are going to die. That's the power of nocebo. Placebos are all over here. Do you know that elevator में जो लिफ्ट का आप यूज करते हो 5 स्टार होटल्स में या कहीं पे भी, तो आप अंदर जाते हो तो एक डोर बंद करने का एक बटन रहता है, एक डोर खुलने का रहता है आउट एरोज, और एक डोर बंद करने का इन एरोज रहता है. वो इन एरोज एक्चुअली देर इज नो सर्किट इनसाइड, वो सिर्फ एक झूठ मूठ का बटन बनाया हुआ रहता है टू गिव यू अ सेंस ऑफ कंट्रोल कि मैंने लिफ्ट के दरवाजे बंद किए एंड आई सेव टाइम. एक्चुअली वो दरवाजा जब बंद होना है तभी बंद होता है, हमको वो उल्लू बनाते हैं. So that is again a placebo button where it's just given for the sake of filling up that gap and make the panel look symmetric, nothing else. Yeah, doctors do the placebo जो main जो नाम आया वही से आया. So a doctor एक 10 पेशेंट्स थे, सबको से ऑलमोस्ट सेम बीमारी थी, सर्दी जुकाम या वॉट एवर, with the same intensity. And 5 patients were told individually while consulting by the doctor that I have diagnosed your problem perfectly. I'm very confident. ये लो, एक सफेद गोली और एक लाल गोली है, गारंटी आपकी सर्दी खांसी निकल जाएगी। 5 दिन के बाद अगर ठीक लगा तो आप वापस आने की जरूरत नहीं है, जाओ। ओके, नो डोंट वरी, आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट। वर्ड्स ऑफ अफर्मेशन। एंड सेकेंड ग्रुप जो पेशेंट्स थे, उनको ऑलमोस्ट सेम बीमारी थी, उनको डॉक्टर ने बोला कि आई एम नॉट श्योर कि मैंने डायग्नोस तो किया, बट आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट माई प्रोग्नोसिस, सो फिर भी मैं कुछ गोली दे रहा हूँ, अगर असर हुआ तो ठीक है, वरना पक्का मुझे मिलने आना 5 दिन के बाद प्लीज, जो भी है, बिकॉज आई एम लिटिल वरीड, कुछ तो अलग लग रहा है, देखता हूँ ट्राई करके ये दवाई देके। सो ऐसे थोड़ा विशी वॉशी सिचुएशन क्रिएट किया कि ही इज लेस कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट हिज डायग्नोसिस। एंड द फर्स्ट ग्रुप जो था, all the patients got well, and they did not come to the doctor, they did not revisit it after 5 days, and almost all the patients in the second group came back कि डॉक्टर मुझे तो ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, आप देखो देखो ना, दवाई बदल के देखो, वापस चेक करो क्या हो रहा है। एंड नाउ यू नो व्हाट, फर्स्ट ग्रुप के पेशेंट्स को एक्चुअली जो गोली थी, इट वाज जस्ट व्हाइट पाउडर, कुछ ग्लूकोज की गोलियां थी, इट हैड नो मेडिकल इंग्रेडिएंट्स इन इट, सर्दी खांसी की दवाई थी नहीं वो। So actually, I don't know whether my doctor is there in this group or not. My doctor, whenever I visit him, no, he makes sure that he touches me, and it actually makes me feel good. I don't know whether he does it on purpose. If he's there, he will please unmute yourself, doctor, and let me know whether you do it purposefully. So, and I really feel great that we look up to doctors like they're like lifesavers. They're godly, and I love my doctor a lot. And he makes sure that he touches me, and something happens. I don't know why, but I know I really get better. वो दवाई का असर है या टच का असर है, I don't. Yeah, I think he's there. Mr. Mahadev, you do that, right? I've observed if every time I come, you make sure that you touch me, and maybe you know the power of placebo. Okay, glad that my doctor is also there in the room. uh, very, very good suggestions given by the author, David Robson, that how we can use the power of placebos. So whenever your doctor prescribes you some pills, ask him that what is the functioning of this medicine, how is it going to benefit my body, get into the details. That itself will reinforce the process. गोली तो काम करेगी, but as the author says that we have an internal pharmacy in our body, so the same biochemicals will be manufactured by our mind, which the doctor has prescribed. For that, you need to know how it works, right? It will not be all the technical jargons, but doctor can explain you in layman's language. And then you can also, if at all the doctor tells you about the side effects, okay, usually doctors avoid telling you the side effects because side effect acts as a nocebo then. वो बोला है अच्छा मुझे डायरिया होगा, और वो सोच सोच के ही डायरिया होता है. Right? So most of the time doctors avoid to tell you the side effects. If at all you are told, check out the statistics. Okay, only 90% of the people were not affected, were not influenced by the side effect, then it's only a 10% chance. So I'm safe. So that will help you to stay away from the effect of the nocebo of the side effects. So I think this is very valid, and I make sure that I ask my doctor in detail so that it will work better and the intensity of recovery will be better. Mr. Baido, do you want to talk something? I'm sure you must be having some points. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you. No, there is no voice from you. Okay, figure out your audio issue.
Okay, I have unmuted myself.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, continue.
Yeah, actually, see, yeah, these nocebo and placebo, these have been very elaborately researched. You know, for every patient, there is a psychological aspect which the doctor has to take into consideration. It is not what the patient thinks, but how the doctor responds to his psychological makeups and needs. And, he has to take full cooperation of the patient. If he doesn't get the cooperation of the patient, then his prescription, however effective it is, it's not going to give results. And the doctor is interested in the results as well as the patient is interested in the result. So I feel that you have covered a very important aspect, of a doctor-patient relationship. A doctor-patient relationship is very sacred, and if both the doctor and the patients are sincere and believe in this particular relationship, then I am sure that the way forward is very easy. Uh, he has to analyze whatever the shortcomings of the patient, discuss with the patient, and it has to be extremely holistic. Whether it is his family issues, whether it is economical issues, there are many patients who are actually working very hard to come up in life, and they are not getting adequate sleep, they are not taking proper nutrition, so these are all the issues which are coming. I mean, so you have to consider the occupational aspect of the patient. What is it he eats, whether he sleeps well, what is his surrounding immediate environment. If you consider all these aspects, I think getting positive result with whatever knowledge you have, because for the doctor also it is a learning process. The more he gets to know the patient well, it doesn't happen overnight, especially in chronic diseases. The more he gets to know the patient, he can deliver the treatment with great amount of precision, and that comes with experience. Amrut, I'm very happy that you have taken this on yourself. I consider you as a activist. And where I have heard you on many. I am your fan actually. I don't know. I'm your doctor, but I'm your fan, and I love whatever you are doing, and it's a great activism. And I'm sure that with persistence it will spread across. I am a book lover.
Yeah, yeah,
You have given me, I'm already reading the book on Bear Grill, the Himalaya, the Everest campaign.
yeah.
So earlier you had given me another book because I happen to be a great trekker, So I love these books that you give me. I read them very seriously. I make notes also, You'll
Very
be
good.
surprised, And I'm very happy to join just now, and you have given me an opportunity to talk. I am sure that everyone is listening to me, and as a very senior doctor, it's my privilege to be here, and I am very happy, and I love you. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you. Great. So whenever I visit his clinic, and then if the topic of books comes up, then I'm really worried about the other patients who are waiting outside. Well, as rightly said by my doctor Dilip Maidev, and what I've observed is there is lack of 100% complete surrender. Whether it's a doctor-patient relationship, teacher-student relationship, nowadays I see people doubt. No, they don't surrender themselves fully to the doctor. Okay, we only approach the doctor, and we have taken degrees from very famous university called Google, right? We check and read those information on Google, and then we doubt the doctor's prescription, and then second opinion and third opinions is very common these days. So I think we should learn to give 100% surrender to our teachers, to our